What is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, and welcome to a new season of the Good Schmidt podcast. New year, new season. Yeah, I decided to start with another season here, and to start fresh in 2026. And I'm here with my annual my annual goals here. So, gonna quickly start by quickly and reluctantly, a little reluctantly, start going through my 2025 goals. See what I did not and did achieve in 2025. So for work, I did pass all the CDL written tests, not by January. I believe I had them all passed by February, so later than I thought. So success there. I did not actually get my commercial driver's license. Still something I need to work on. And I did improve my trimming skills, but not a journeyman trimmer yet. I got a long ways to go there. For education, I did actually start taking classes last year, which is exciting. Uh, I started my online degree, my taking classes online at UW-Whitewater for a degree in occupational health and safety. Two classes I took were chemistry in the summer. That was from it was either May or June. Yeah, I started at the end right after Memorial Day. The Monday after Memorial Day in May. That class went from then until July, and I ended up surprising myself and did really well in that class. I got a B in chemistry, so that was awesome. And then this past fall, right after Labor Day, from September to up until a few weeks ago, I took a accident prevention course, and I got an A minus in that class, so that was exciting. So I got made a dent in the degree, getting 5 credits for chemistry and 3 for accident prevention. So that's exciting. So big success there in terms of education. So that's good. Yeah, I still have my long term goal there. For running, another big success. I was the champion at Gasparilla. Made a whole podcast about that, so you can go check that out. My thoughts on that. Uh, and then I did run the Northwoods Escape Marathon in May. Got a PR at the time of 2:47. That you can my check out my last podcast for my thoughts on that, and the Chicago Marathon. I believe that was also on this goal sheet. I was so frustrated last year I threw out this goal sheet just based on, yeah, I just was frustrated one day and threw it out. That's why I have a picture of this and not the whole sheet. Uh, for my personal goals, didn't do any of them, but they were to track my spending, which I started doing and didn't finish. Yeah, that wasn't good. My running log's nowhere near being caught up, but I've sporadically worked on it. Actually, just worked on it yesterday, January 3rd, before recording this, and I ended up not making the Ayumi Hamasaki video. Just wasn't motivated to do it, but yeah, good. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but didn't do it. And yeah, in terms of finances, it was a disaster of a year for me. And yeah, I don't really want to get into that. That's scarring. So yeah, to put a bow on 2025, I'm glad to be out of that year. It was a success in terms of education and running, but the rest of the year was a bumpy ride of highs and lows, that's for sure. Finally, alright, I move on to my 2026 goals. These are very focused this year. Pretty much a lot of this, more of the same for this year, honestly. But we'll go through them here. For work, going to continue working towards becoming a journeyman trimmer. That's definitely a work in progress. Good news there is I switched crews in the second half of 2025, and I actually am working with a boss that wants to teach me and see me get better. The problem before was I felt like the crew I was on was just there to get the work done, and I mean that's not a bad thing. It's just I feel like I wasn't progressing that much, and I think this year really I can progress more if my foreman continues to teach me and give me opportunities to go up and trim in the bucket. So I have a feeling it's gonna at least be a little bit better year at work, even though it's always chaotic at the place I work at Asplin. But yeah, I feel like that's a good focus goal there. Just continue to improve it day by day. I still have get my CDL as a goal. Tentatively December 1st. But yeah, I need to talk to another general foreman about that. One who actually got me started rolling with it. Yeah, I need to figure out a plan there where I can get more practice driving. Yeah, this isn't a goal, but it's something cool that I'm going to continue to do this year that I started in August last year. So I joined a safety committee, and we're actually having an in-person meeting this month. So that's exciting. Looking to continue to give my input on that committee to improve how the company does things in the way of safety. So that's exciting. Some good things going for work. For education, still gonna keep pressing on, working towards my degree. Plan is to take 4 classes this year, so it's gonna be a full year for me of taking classes, just plugging along at that. Starting tomorrow, actually January 5th, I'll be taking an alcohol and other drugs class. It's gonna be a quick one. 3 weeks, and I'll be done before the end of the month here. So gonna be busy with work and running on the side the next few weeks. And then my spring class is construction safety, so that will be from late January until like May 12th or something. Yeah, in the middle of May is when we'll be done with that. And plan also is to take a summer and fall class. I will figure that out with my advisor probably in March or April, sometime around then. But yeah, I will definitely get that figured out. Any semester that I can take a class, I will be taking one. But I also don't want to overload myself because I do work over 40 hours. I do work a lot. I do work like 45 to 50 hours a week. I mean, it just depends on the week. If there's overtime or not. If there's no overtime, then just 40. So it's 40 to 50 hours a week. So, yeah, anyways, big year in terms of education. Yeah, my long-term goal there is to be finished with this degree by 2029. So I will keep that on my goals, on my annual goals until I finish the degree. I need 44 credits to finish at this moment, and yeah, I will continue to update this throughout the year. And yeah, I'll be back with you guys next January with how many credits that I need. Running goals, I have a calendar full of races here. A busy February coming up. I was convinced by a teammate to run a race called Miles Per Hour in Chicago on Sunday, February 8th. I'm treating this as a fun time trial to prepare for Gasparilla. In this race, it takes place at the McCormick Convention Center, where they had the expo for the Chicago Marathon, and it runs around the floor there, and they have an auto show going on during that time. So that sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun. And then speaking of Gasparilla, I'm going back to defend my title in Tampa this year. The dates for that are Saturday, February 21st, and Sunday, February 22nd. And hopefully, it's sounding like, I just talked to him, but gonna have my good buddy Mitch come along with me, and he might race as well. So that'll be a good time to hang out with him and with the Barn Racing Team folks, and yeah, do a bunch of racing again. So again, if you guys don't remember, the Gasparilla Michelob Ultra Challenge is a 15K and a 5K on Saturday, and then a half marathon and an 8K on Sunday. So yeah, I'll be going back to defend my title, like I said, and I will. In order to win that, I'll have to have the fastest overall time across the 4 races. Then I decided over the last couple weeks that I do on what marathon to run this year. Wasn't sure with my financial situation. Got to save some money this year, so the marathon I selected this year was the Lakefront Marathon in Milwaukee. It takes place on Sunday, October 4th. I just signed up for it on New Year's Day because there was a discounted rate, and I've done a little bit of recon on the course. It looks like a really nice course. Goes over the Hone Bridge and on the Oak Leaf Trail and all around Milwaukee. The reason I hadn't done it before is because they're having issues with the course. But now that the course is set in stone, I feel like I want to do it. Like this is a good year to do it. Just do a local marathon in the fall. Don't have to travel far. So gonna look forward to that. And I do have a time goal just to improve my time by a minute, 2:35. I think that's doable. But overall, just want to enjoy the experience. Get out there and compete, and yeah, train throughout the spring and the summer for that. And then personal goals, I do have a couple for this year. Don't want to get too in depth with these because these are for me, and I don't want to share all the details here on YouTube because yeah, they're kind of private. But I do want to save some money to invest. I started a Roth IRA a few years ago, so yeah, I gotta continue investing in that. I think that's just gonna be a yearly goal at this point, honestly, too. And then I had thought of this too, because I did not attend as many Bible studies as I would have liked last year in my church group. So, just my goal is to attend 4 this year. I think I can do that. Just hold myself accountable to taking time out to spend with my friends there in the Word. So yeah, that is my 2026 goals. Very focused on just plugging along with education and work, and obviously staying passionate with my running. And just if with any free time that I have this year too, definitely gonna continue listening to J-pop and J-rock. I got really into Love Bites this year and Boa. Definitely gonna continue listening to them. Of course, Ayumi Hamasaki. Yeah, hopefully we'll check out a few new artists in those genres. And yeah, continue listening to the music that I like. And also a couple books I would like to read. I started Kira D'Amato's memoir. Don't Call It a Comeback, so I would like to finish that by the end of this, at some point this year. Hopefully in the summer, because I'll be able to finish it, because I'll have more time to read when I'm not taking classes. Whenever I feel like it, I'll read. I have that book, and then I have another book that I can't think of the title right now that I'll get to after that. So yeah, between that stuff and my free time, and also probably will check out another anime or two. Last year I watched Blue Box, and there's hopefully be another season of that in a couple of years, and a year or two. That was a good anime. Also checked out Dr. Stone. That was really interesting. It was a show about saving the entire planet from a petrification beam. The main character, Senku, is really smart, and he meets a bunch of interesting characters along the way, and yeah, it's a cool show. Definitely check that one out if you like scientific anime with high stakes. And I just recently finished up an anime that was a quick watch. It took me like a week to watch. There's only 2 seasons. It's called High Score Girl. It's based in the 90s, where the main character is he's a terrible student, but an amazing gamer. He has a huge passion for games and competitions. He meets this girl that's more talented than him in video games, and yeah, their relationship develops throughout the show. It was a pretty intriguing watch for sure. If you like anime that involves video games and character arcs, interesting character arcs, that's a good one as well. So yeah, that's enough about other things I'm doing outside of my goals and just in my free time. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode of the Good Schmidt podcast. I got plenty to look forward to this year, and I'm not sure when my next pod's gonna be, but I'll make a pod probably after Gasparilla again and Miles Per Hour. Yeah, that'll do it for this pod. Enough rambling. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Once again, my name is Nick, and I'm signing out.